A quiet scrap market wakes up to an invisible danger, already loose in the air. How does something deadly escape without anyone noticing? In April 2010, in Mayapuri, an industrial area in West Delhi, radioactive material entered a scrap market and exposed workers and residents before authorities realized what had happened. It was not an attack or a natural disaster, but a failure of systems meant to keep dangerous material contained. This story still matters because it shows how easily high-risk material can slip through ordinary places and how slow awareness can turn a small lapse into a public health crisis. The story begins years before 2010, inside a government-owned research institution. According to reports, a piece of medical radiation equipment, no longer in use, was marked for disposal. Pre-2010 disposal phase sometime before March 2010. This equipment, containing cobalt-60, a highly radioactive isotope used in cancer treatment, was sold as scrap. The material passed into informal recycling channels without proper decontamination. By late March, the metal reached Mayapuri, a dense cluster of scrap shops. Workers began dismantling it by hand, using basic tools unaware of the radiation. Within days, several workers reported skin burns, nausea, and weakness. Late March 2010, on April 4th, one of the workers died after a sudden illness. At this point, the cause was unclear, and the symptoms were not immediately linked to radiation exposure. Still Street, ambulance lights reflected on metal. April 4th, 2010. Between April 5th and April 7th, hospitals in Delhi admitted multiple patients from the same area with similar unexplained symptoms. Doctors raised concerns and contacted authorities. Hospital corridor. Doctors conferring. April 2010. On April 8th, radiation was detected in Mayapuri by specialized teams using Geiger counters. The area was sealed off and emergency response protocols were activated. April 8th, 2010. Over the next several days, radioactive fragments were recovered and contaminated scrap was removed for safe disposal. Monitoring continued as officials traced where the material had traveled. Containment achieved. Investigation begins. The radioactive substance was identified as cobalt-60, confirmed through radiation spectroscopy. Hospital records showed consistent symptoms among exposed workers, including radiation burns and reduced blood cell counts. Environmental scans of Mayapuri detected radiation levels far above normal background readings at specific scrap shops. Sales records indicated the original equipment came from a public research institution, sold through an auction process. Officials agreed on the presence of radioactive material but differed on where oversight failed. Some reports pointed to improper disposal procedures at the source institution. Others highlighted the lack of radiation screening in scrap markets.